Good day to you all. Long time no see, huh? Okay. Today, uh, let's continue our tutorial series. So today, let's continue our dear to Grace free roam somewhere else, and then to Grace. That means to eat something, some grasses on the ground and something like that. So let me show you a demo of today. So they are free roaming and then finding some spot to eat, and then uh, they are going to eat. So that is what we are going to do basically today. They are using some random times and eating some random times, and then they are continuing to their free roam again. So that is what I'm going to do. Here you can see they are eating, still eating. Yeah, this guy stops eating, and then he's going to free roam again like this. Okay, let's continue our tutorial today. Okay, let's go to our project folder, which is wildlife simulator tutorial. Now we have this. So as our progress, this our deer is running everywhere in our world. So first, let's create a enumerator to select his state. So first I'm going to create a folder for data. In here, let's create an enum. Let's call it an deer state tutorial, and then as parameters, let me add free roam and graze. Okay, now we have this free roam and graze. We don't need them. Now let's go to the behavior tree and let's see what changes we should do first. In our Blackboard, we need to check whether our deer is dead or not, whether he is alive or not. So let's check whether he's dead. Now in the behavior tree, we need a selector. Under that, let's add another selector to select whether he's dead or not. The dead creator, Blackboard, and then we need is dead is false. So therefore, I'm setting this setting as is not set. And let's add another decorator with another selector node to continue our further development with the when he is dead. Uh, this is also is dead and is dead. So now the state is going to continue from here whether he is not dead. That means that boolean value is false. Now let's add a c equals. Just like our previous implementation, and then let's create a new blueprint task. Uh, Let me rename it as BT task start free roaming tutorial. Okay, now let's override this our receive execute AI, not AI, even receive execute. Now first thing we need to do is we this owner actor returns our AI. That means AI blueprint. So let me cast it to AI herbivore animal. What is our AI? Yeah, herbivore animal. This one. And inside here, I guess we should have a reference to our which one it is? Oh dear. So here, let me find our what do you call it? Get owner, and then cast to what classes do we have? Base animal, herbivore animal. Yeah, we can use that. I guess we need to change the name with tutorial. Otherwise, it is going to be very hard to identify which class we are going to use. Okay, now we have a reference to our owner. Let me promote it as happy owner. So like this. Now we can get this herbivore owner from our blueprint task. Just we need to do is get get herbivore owner, and let's promote it as the owner. Let's call it as owner actor. Okay, now we have the owner actor. First thing we need to do is as they are free roaming, we need to reduce the maximum walking speed, because as you can see now he is running very speedy. Uh, yeah, he is not running because I disconnected this node. If I connect it again, uh, like this, you can see he is running. Again, what happened here? Let me check this. Is running now? Yeah, it is not coming here because this get owner is not working. Let's check which class he's going to return. Nothing. This is not the class. Oh, it. Let me check it. Yeah, it's get controlled pawn. Now it should work. This should cast to BP review anyway tutorial. Now it should work like this. And I'm going to remove this breakpoint. Let me delete this and re-promote this again. Okay, now let's get back to our tutorial. Now you can see he's running in very speed way. Therefore, first thing we need to do is uh we need to delete this as well. First thing we need to do is get the owner and then reduce his maximum walk speed whenever this blueprint task is called, because he is going to start the roaming free roaming state. Therefore, let's get our owner. It is get herbivore owner and then get the no, let's promote it first. Okay, now we have the variable and let's get our what is the movement component is called. This is herbivore. It is character movement. Okay, now let's get the character movement. I am taking this because character movement is the component which is handling the movement speeds and everything related to the movement. Therefore, I take this character movement and let's change the maximum walking speed, max walk speed, set max walk speed, and let's make it to 100. It is not calling yet. Let me connect it this again. Okay, now we have this blueprint task. Now we are setting maximum walk speed as 100, and then let's create another variable in the blackboard for roaming location, and then let's set the location inside this blueprint task which is we have created. uh, Before that we need to create a blackboard key here, bb key. Let me rename it as bb key roaming location. It's a blackboard key selector, and let me enable this instance editable, so in that way I can assign our blackboard into the behavior tree. Okay, now we have this key, and let's set value as vector. Let's get this from with random variable point in radius, and as the origin let's get our own actors location. And for the radius, let me select some random, not that's fine. Let me add as 1000. Okay, now we are setting our blackboard key as a random reachable location from own actors location. So after doing so, let me finish the execution of this task with success. And from here, if this cannot be casted, let me finish it without success. Okay, now we have this location. Then we need to let me connect our blueprint task. Uh, Free roaming tutorial. Yeah, here. Okay, now it is going to set the location, and then let's add the move to task, move to node, and select uh, roaming location. And before that we need to assign our blackboard for this task as I explained you. So we have created a variable bb key roaming location, so we can assign it here. Here you can see bb key roaming location. So we can add this roaming location to the key selector. Now let's check whether it is working or not in our game. Yeah, now you can see he is working now for a random location, but he is not going to stop because we didn't have our grazing task here. So let's create another task for the grazing part, and I'll rename it as bt task start grazing tutorial. Let me override our receive execute node. Here also we need to get our owner. So in that case, I'm going to copy this code. So after right clicking and creating a variable for that, so that array is going array is gone. Okay, now we need a way to change this deer's animation to the grazing animation. So in that case, first so we have this here, and let's get the mesh, and then let's get the anim instance. Okay, now we can cast it out for the animation. What is our animation? BP deer stack tutorial. Okay, let's cast it as BP deer stack tutorial, and then let's promote it also. Let me call it as deer anim. Now we have animation for our reference. Before for the development, we need to configure our animations inside this animation blueprint. So now we only have this locomotion part. Let me save this as a cache post so we can reuse it. Let me rename it as base deer base locomotion or something. Okay, now we have that. And so I guess you can remember we have created an enum for the deer state, which is having this pre-roam and grazing. So now we are going to use that in the animation blueprint. Let me create a variable called deer state. So as the variable type, I'm going to use deer state tutorial. So in default, it is having free roam. Now let's add a variable here, and then let's add a blend poses by the state tutorial, and then so now we don't have any pins to connect for other states for the grazing and freedom, so we can take it from by right clicking, and so we have these options here, freedom and grazing. So just we can select it, and it will be visible here. So now we have these states. So for the locomotion part, so for this free roaming and default pose, I'm going to reuse this locomotion node. So let me recall it as deer locomotion, and so for the default pose and the free roam pose, I'm going to reuse that. For the grazing pose, let me create a state machine for the grazing, and let me save that post as well. So I rename it as Graze Post. Now let's connect it here. Okay, let's configure our grazing here. Uh, let's create a state as what do you call idle? Yeah, idle grazing. So here I guess we have an animation which is called is not idle chew. Yeah, this one. So let's add it to the idle here and then create another state for grazing. And for that, let's use this idle graze. Now let's create a transition. For this, let me use a boolean value like grazing. Let me rename it as can graze or something. So we have can graze. So if we can graze, so it will return if this can graze is going to false. Let me use not boolean and let's connect it here. Okay, now we have this animation set up now with us. Now let's use our this blueprint task. Start grazing. Now let me check here. Okay, now let's change our animation blueprints dear state here. Let me get what is it called, dear state. Yeah, let's get dear state and set it as grace, and then let's create random delay and let's add a random value random floating range and let's add 1 2 3 or something. Now let's change this boolean for can grazing, so it is available in the anim. Let's get our can graze. Yeah, we have it, and let me add it here and create. Let's copy this delay node again. Let's have something bigger value for the maximum value like 6. Okay, now let's remove this part for not grazing. So in that case, the deer is going to uh, turn up his head, and with another some delay value, let me add a small value for here, 0.5 or 1.5 or something, and then but we can do this in other way as well. So here, okay, now let me finish this execution with success. For here, let me finish with failure without success, and let's connect this also here. Okay, now let's connect that grouping tasks with the ask start grazing tutorial, and then add a random delay. So we call it as wait here, and let me add random time, random deviation as 0.5. So let's check whether it is working on. Now he's free roaming. Oh, he stopped now eating. Uh, Now he's not working. Let's check. Okay, the reason is I forgot to change the state, dear state, to free roaming. Let's change it again before finishing. And we need to do this in other this failure part as well, because we don't need to uh, stay like that. And also I noticed something, another thing. So just check, he's playing this animation very speed manner. So here uh let's make it more smoother, so we can add a value for this duration for this blending. Let me add as 0.5 here, and this one let me add it is okay to add 1 second, and let's check. Okay, now he is free roaming and stopped chewing and then grazing. Oh, he stopped. Okay, let's add another delay here before changing. A little delay like this. Now he's walking, and then he's going to chew some moment, and then now he's eating, grazing, and slowly he turn up his head. Yeah, now it's working fine, and I guess it is better to increase the grazing time here from 3 to 7 or something, and then add more deers to the world. Like this, and now let's check. Yeah, they are free roaming. Some are eating, some are grazing. Okay guys, so today's plan is over. So I guess you have learned something from this video to add this kind of free roam and eating. So you can use this similar technique to any other animal as well, because here you can see in our code it is very easy to use these kind of behavior trees for a animal behavior. So in a sequence you can plan the states, and then you can change it as a sequence likewise. So uh, yeah, this is it for today guys. I guess you learned something, and then if you like this video you can press like and add a comment. And so if you think that this is a useful video series, so you can subscribe and get more updates from me. So okay guys, so thank you for all for watching this video, and let's meet in the next video. And yeah, thank you.